Alright, what we have here is the Sony Walkman NWZ-A829, which means it's the 16GB version. You can identify the version of how many gigabytes there is in this Walkman by the last number. There is, for example, also an NWZ-A828 with just 8GB of storage as far as I can remember. This is the back port, the back side rather. There is the reset button, which you can use like a needle to reset the Walkman. That little thing there in the middle, you can put in a little stand, so you can put it on your table and watch a video if you're so inclined. As you see here on the bottom, you'll find the 3.5mm headphone jack and the proprietary data and charging connector. Moving on to the right side, we have a little loop to put a string in so you don't lose your precious Walkman, a slider to put the Walkman on hold, a quick Bluetooth connect button. I'll show you in a bit. You can pair this Walkman with built-in Bluetooth with a Bluetooth speaker or dock or what have you, and once it's paired you can set a certain Bluetooth device as a standard pairing device, so that if you're inside of playing something, you can just push this button for a second or two and it will connect to that predestined Bluetooth device without you having to worry about much. As you have seen already, you have above that on the right side the volume rocker, up and down, feels very comfortable. On the top there's nothing, though this corner, if I can hold this correctly, focus, though this corner from this ridge right here to there lights up blue when Bluetooth connection is established. Moving on to the left side, there is nothing here either. And finally the front, pretty straightforward. You have a back button. If you hold it for a second or two, it functions as a home button as well. You have an option button, which gives you several options when you're inside something playing. For example, play mode, or where you want to play. Oh, wrong button there. Option. Equalizer, this Sony proprietary VPT settings, which is basically just different sound settings you can add. You have cover flow sort of graphics, detailed information about the track that you're playing right now, some settings on how these buttons should work, these up and down buttons rather, and finally the clock. There is your little Bluetooth logo, and in the middle you have your navigation pad, up, down, left, right, with a play and pause, and also functions as an enter button in the middle. Now if I hold this a little into the light, you will see smudges first of all, but also that it's a sort of brushed metal look. It's very pleasing to the eye in my opinion. The buttons themselves are plastic, as well is the rest of the Walkman, with the exception of the back plate. This top part obviously not, because that's where the Bluetooth antenna is behind, but this is metal. So very sturdy, feels good in the hand. This is glass, or Gorilla Glass, or plastic glass. It has pretty much no scratches, as you can see, even though I've used this Walkman for a good 2.5 years now. I've been out running with it, and I think this is just some dust right there. out running with it, and it's gone through a lot. You can see a little wear and tear if you look very closely to the top edge, for example, right there, because this chrome bezel is obviously plastic. Let's get back into the software, shall we? This, as I just got through by holding down the back button, is your home screen. If the camera can figure out how to focus, there we go. Let me just set this to English so you actually know what is going on. Back. You have your settings here. Lots and lots of settings. As you know, Sony is very sophisticated in matters of sound quality, and there's all kinds of fun stuff. Dynamic normalizer. I don't know what it is, let's just turn it on. But there's lots of sophisticated settings in here. And as you just saw, that's one of the problems that I had only recently, because I had this Walkman for a very long time already, as I told earlier, that sometimes when I press the up button, it doesn't go one up like it should right now, but it goes one up and jumps one down right away. That doesn't happen too often, luckily, and you just press the up button once more. And I think it's a problem that only occurs after a certain time that you've used the Walkman. And also, you know, I've been running with it, so a lot of sweat has been going into this thing, and there we go. This is the photo library. I don't have any photos on there because even though the screen is pretty gorgeous, by the way, let me just set the brightness a little higher. There is the unit information. There is a firmware 1.02 out. I haven't updated that yet because I am entirely happy with how this works. Here, the brightness, because right now it's on the very lowest setting, and when you put it on the very highest, let me just, so that the webcam resets, it's an absolutely gorgeous screen. I usually have it on the lowest setting because I just start a playlist and then see there, that's the screensaver, because I usually just start a playlist and then use the left and right button to change the song, and that's pretty much it. There's the video. There's just one video on there. The Walkman doesn't have an inbuilt speaker, so you'd have to use your headphones or one of the Bluetooth docks that Sony makes, or Bluetooth headphones. This is the promotional video that was on the Walkman since the day that I bought it. You might just want to watch this. It just explains how great it is to go cordless, which is one of the reasons that I bought this Walkman, other than the nice design. As you can see, there are car radios and speaker docks. As a matter of fact, I do have not that particular speaker dock in the screen right there, but there's another one, really nice one, the BTSRS 100, if I remember correctly. There will be another video describing that Bluetooth dock later on. There is your music and intelligent shuffle. This is just the search. This is the intelligent shuffle. Bluetooth settings. Let me just put the brightness a little lower again, because I think the camera is having a hard time. There it is, picking up the screen there. Intelligent shuffle you can do by year or by artist. No, only by year or by everything. Predicts what you listen to the most and shuffles the music accordingly. This is just search for music. This is Bluetooth, as I was just in. This is the SOS BT100, which I was referring to earlier. Probably said it wrong. which I have as quick connect, because it's the only Bluetooth device, so that I later only have to press this button for a second or two and it will be connected already. What I can do is just do this pairing just to show you the glowing blue corner. It blinks this fast when it tries to connect to something or find any Bluetooth device, and it blinks solidly when it has a connection established. So now it's ending Bluetooth and it's pairing process aborted, as you can see. Video, we were into that. This is the last played or now playing. I have an audiobook right now that I'm playing. No, not right now, because the last thing that I was playing was the video. You can go into all songs. It looks like this, sorted alphabetically. By album, which I usually do. Let's just play this stuff, or well, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because I don't have a speaker connected to it. But yeah, you can see at the bottom bar what's playing right now, and the battery level, and the album at the top. You can, when you are in, these are the other sorting modes, you can, when you're in the now playing mode, then you'll go back here, just use the right or left button to shift songs. If you're into a song a little bit, as you can see here, I just scrolled forward into the music by holding down the right button. If you then press left, you get to the start of the song. If you press left again during the first second or two of the song, you actually go back. Just a little reminder there. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this Walkman, with this portable music player or media player. It has served me well over quite a while now, and I can happily recommend it. I particularly like that you can have it in your hand while you're jogging or running, rather, and or have it in your jacket, in your hand, anywhere you can't see particularly well, and you just feel where the buttons are, or where these buttons are. You don't have to look to actually change anything. I've seen lots of people with iPod touches on their on their arms like that and running with them, but what about changing songs? You have to look at the screen of the touch screen to actually change the song or any preferences. With this, you don't even have to look at the device to do what you desire. The 16GB model cost me, if I can remember correctly, as you know, it's been quite a while, 150 euros back then. The size is completely sufficient, in my opinion. Obviously, you won't have your whole music collection on here. It's probably bigger than 16GB, but all 16GB is, in my opinion, more than enough to have all your favorite music that you have in your music collection, everything that you want on the go with you. So, again, this is Matt, and with my review of the Sony Walkman digital media player NWZ-A829. Thank you very much for watching.